Welcome back to Bank of USA. Coins today, we are diving into the coins that collectors dream about, the pennies that look ordinary but can secretly be worth thousands and even life-changing money. And if you have a jar of old wheat pennies at home, you might be sitting on one of the rarest treasures in American coin history. So stay locked in, because number one on this list has shocked even expert collectors. Here are the top 5 USA most valuable and most wanted wheat penny coins. Number 5. Right now. Today, Coins Collector Family. We are opening the vault on a coin that looks small, feels ordinary, but can shock the world with its hidden value. The 1952 wheat penny. And yes, some of these tiny copper legends have sold for prices that make collectors stare in disbelief. So stay locked in, because what you have in your pocket right now could be history, money, and a collector dream. The 1952 wheat penny was struck by the United States Mint during a golden era of American coinage when every cent still carried strong copper weight, deep detail, and the iconic wheat ears design that collectors love. This coin represents the final stretch of the wheat cent series before the Lincoln Memorial reverse took over, and that makes late-date wheat pennies hotter than many people realize. Millions of 1952 pennies were produced, but rarity is not always about mintage numbers. Rarity is about condition, mint errors, and survival in high grades. Most of these coins lived hard lives in circulation, scratched, worn, and forgotten, but a tiny fraction survived in blazing mint state. And those are the coins that can command shocking prices. Let us talk about value in real collector terms. A worn 1952 wheat penny you find in change is usually worth a few cents to a few dollars, depending on condition. But once you enter uncirculated territory, the story changes dramatically. Bright red, original luster coins, graded in the top mint state levels, can reach hundreds, and in rare premium examples, auction prices climb into the thousands, especially when the coin shows perfect strike, full wheat lines, and untouched surfaces. Now, here is where the hunt becomes exciting. Error coins from 1952 are the secret jackpot. Collectors search for doubled dies, off-center planchets, and repunched mint marks. Error transforms an ordinary cent into a headline coin, and serious collectors compete aggressively for high-grade authenticated error examples. The Denver and San Francisco mint issues add another layer of collecting strategy. Each mint produced coins with slightly different strike quality and survival rates and registry set. Collectors pay serious money for the finest known examples when a coin becomes the best graded survivor. Its price is driven by competition, pride, and prestige, not just metal. Condition is king in coin. Collecting a 1952 wheat penny with sharp Lincoln detail, glowing original color, and zero cleaning damage is a time capsule, and collectors pay premiums for originality. Cleaning, polishing, or harsh handling destroys value instantly. So if you believe you found a strong example, never scrub it, never polish it, store it safely, and consider professional grading. Professional grading turns a coin into a certified collectible, sealed and authenticated, giving buyers confidence and opening the door to major auction markets. Many record prices are achieved only because the coin is verified at elite mint state levels and registry collectors trust the grade. What makes the dream scenario possible is that wheat pennies were saved casually by families for decades. Jars, drawers, piggy banks, and old collections are still being opened around the world. Every year, new discoveries appear, coins untouched for 70 years, emerging with full red brilliance and stunning preservation. Imagine pulling a 1952 wheat penny from an old jar, seeing blazing copper shine under light, crisp wheat ears and perfect surfaces. That moment is why collectors stay addicted to the hunt. The emotional thrill equals the financial reward. So, what should you look for? First, check the date and mint mark. Inspect the surfaces under good lighting. Search for doubling unusual shapes or off-center strikes. Examine color, original. Red copper is premium. Brown worn surfaces are common. Then protect the coin immediately. No rubbing, no wiping, just safe storage. The market for classic American cents continues to grow as new collectors enter the hobby. Online auctions expand globally, and certified registry competition intensifies. High-grade wheat pennies are no longer pocket change collectibles. They are historical artifacts with rising demand. Every 1952 wheat penny carries a story of post-war America, daily commerce, and decades of survival. When you hold one, you are holding a small piece of economic history, and sometimes history pays extremely well. So, coins collector, family. The message is clear. Never ignore small change. Search every jar, inspect every penny, and respect every coin, because hidden value rewards the patient hunter. Your next discovery could be the coin that turns curiosity into cash and passion into profit. Coins collector family, let us go deeper into the psychology of value, because understanding why collectors pay huge money is the real key to mastering this hobby. Coins are not just metal, they are competition, status history, and storytelling wrapped into a tiny circle, and the 1952 wheat penny sits right at the crossroads of all four. When elite collectors build registry sets, they are chasing perfection, not just ownership. They want the finest known example. The coin that outranks every other coin in the population reports when two collectors fight for the number one slot. Prices explode beyond logic because pride and legacy enter the equation. That is how a 1-cent coin can jump from a few dollars to life-changing money in a bidding war. Population rarity is more important than printed mintage millions were struck. But how? Many survived untouched in gem condition. After 70 years, very few circulation destroyed. Most coins, banks melted, copper coins later, and careless storage ruined surfaces. The survivors with original mint red color are microscopic compared to the original. Production and scarcity at the top is what fuels elite prices. Let us talk about color, because advanced collectors divide wheat pennies into 3 color categories: brown, red, brown, and full red. Color are microscopic compared to the original production and scarcity. At the top is what fuels elite prices. Let us talk about color, because advanced collectors divide wheat pennies into 3 color categories: brown red, brown, and full red. Brown coins are circulated, survivors. Red-brown coins show partial original luster, but full red coins look like they were minted yesterday. And those blazing red examples are the kings of the market. A single point difference in grade combined with full red color can multiply value several times over. Another hidden factor is eye appeal. 2 coins can share the same grade, but the prettier coin wins the premium. Smooth surfaces, vibrant shine, and strong strike create emotional impact. Buyers pay more for coins that look alive. In-hand auction houses know this, and dramatic photography often pushes bidding higher by highlighting every glowing detail. Now imagine inheritance collections. Many families stored rolls of wheat pennies without realizing future value. Decades later, heirs open boxes expecting pocket change and instead discover coins that collectors have hunted for years. This is why new high-grade coins still appear, and every discovery shakes the market with excitement. Authentication protects serious money. Counterfeit coins exist, especially in the high-end. Market-altered mint marks and artificial coloring try to trick beginners, which is why education is your strongest weapon. Knowledge lets you recognize natural aging, real luster, and honest surfaces before spending or selling. The smartest collectors study before buying. They learn strike characteristics, die, varieties, and grading standards. They compare, auction, archives, track, price history, and follow market trends, coin, collecting rewards, patience, and research. More than luck, the hunter who studies wins more often than the hunter who guesses. Let us talk storage, because protecting value is as important as finding value. Copper is sensitive to moisture, air, and fingerprints. Improper storage slowly destroys surfaces. Advanced collectors use airtight holders, climate control, and careful handling to preserve brilliance for generations. A coin protected today can be worth multiples tomorrow. Next up. Today, we are diving into one of the most hunted treasures hiding in plain sight, the 1951 wheat penny, a tiny copper coin that could be sitting in your pocket jar right now, while collectors around the world are paying shocking prices for rare versions of this coin, and some examples have reached values that feel almost unreal. This coin was produced by the legendary United States Mint during the golden age of wheat pennies, a time when everyday money accidentally created future collectibles. And the 1951 issue is packed with mint errors, rare conditions, and hidden varieties that serious collectors dream about. Imagine finding a coin worth a few cents that turns into hundreds, thousands, or even a life-changing payday, that is why you must watch every second of this video, because we are breaking down the exact features that separate an ordinary 1951 penny from a collector jackpot. Now, let us travel back to 1951. America was booming. Post-war, industry was exploding and pennies were struck in massive numbers, but high production always increases the chance of mistakes, and mistakes are where the money is. The 1951 wheat penny was minted in Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco, and each location created coins with unique rarity levels and survival rates. Today, condition is everything. A worn coin might buy you a snack, but a flawless mint state coin can ignite bidding wars. First, we talk about the 1951 Philadelphia issue with no mint mark. This is the coin most people overlook because it was heavily circulated yet pristine examples. Graded mint state red are extremely difficult to find. Collectors pay premium prices for coins that still glow with original copper color untouched by time. A blazing red gem example, graded MS-67, has sold for thousands because high-grade survivors are microscopic in population. When you hold a 1951 penny, look closely at the color. Deep chocolate. Brown is common. Bright orange, red is treasure. Next, the 1951 D Denver penny. Denver coins often show strong strikes, but finding one without marks, scratches or dull surfaces is rare. Bags of coins were handled roughly, and most were damaged before reaching circulation. So, a sharply struck, clean Denver coin in top grade becomes a serious collector target. Then we reach the 1951 S San Francisco penny, famous for weaker strikes and softer details. Collectors hunt sharply defined letters, wheat lines, and Lincoln's cheek, because strong detail equals higher value. A fully struck San Francisco coin, in gem condition, can multiply the price many times over. Now we unlock the real excitement. Error coins. Error collectors are willing to pay astonishing money for mistakes because each error is a one-of-a-kind accident frozen in metal. Watch for double die features, especially around the date and lettering. Strong doubling, visible without magnification, can transform an ordinary penny into a headline coin. Off-center strikes are another goldmine if part of the design is missing, but the date is visible, value skyrockets. The more dramatic the shift, the more collectors compete. Clipped planchets, where a chunk of the coin is missing, are instantly recognizable and highly collectible. These mint mishaps escaped quality control and entered circulation as accidental rarities. Die cracks, cuds, and retained breaks create raised metal lines and blobs that look strange to non-collectors but to specialists. They are fingerprints of the minting process, and some varieties command intense demand. Condition grading is the battlefield where prices explode. A circulated 1951 penny might be worth a few cents to a dollar, but step into uncirculated territory and prices jump fast. Mint state coins are graded on luster strike, and preservation. A coin with booming shine, clean surfaces, and full detail can climb into hundreds or thousands depending on grade and color designation. Red-brown coins sit in the middle, but full red coins are kings of the market because copper naturally darkens over time. Surviving, red examples are time capsules. Professional grading slabs authenticate the coin and lock its condition, giving buyers confidence and pushing auction prices higher. Certified top population coins are registry set trophies, and collectors will fight to own them. Storage is critical if you think you have a strong example. Never clean the coin. Cleaning destroys value instantly. Keep it dry, handle by the edges, and store in protective holders. Many valuable pennies were lost because owners polished them, trying to make them shiny. Never clean, never rub, never dip. The dream scenario is finding a high-grade roll hidden in an old collection estate sale or forgotten bank wrapped stash untouched since the 1950s. These discoveries still happen, and they send shockwaves through the hobby. Remember, rarity is not just mintage numbers. Rarity is survival in top condition. Millions were made, but only a microscopic fraction survived as gems, and that is where the big money lives. So before you ignore another copper penny, check the date, inspect the surfaces, and study the details. Because history has shown again and again that ordinary people discover extraordinary coins. The 1951 wheat penny is proof that treasure hunting is not only buried in the ground. Sometimes it is hiding in your change jar, waiting for a sharp eye and a little knowledge. Stay locked in, because in the next segment, we will break down real auction. Stories, grading secrets, and the exact checklist professional collectors use to spot a four-figure penny in seconds. When experts examine a 1951 penny, they rotate it under strong light, searching for luster, that spinning cartwheel glow that dances across the surface. Original mint luster is the heartbeat of value. Once it is broken by wear, the coin drops into a lower tier instantly. Collectors describe top coins as having booming luster, blazing color, and untouched skin. Skin means the surface quality, free from hit stains and distractions, even microscopic. Marks can hold back a coin from reaching elite grades, and the jump between grades can mean hundreds or thousands of dollars. A coin graded MS-65 is already special, but MS-66 enters premium territory, and MS-67 becomes legendary population. Numbers shrink dramatically at the top, and scarcity drives competition. Now imagine, two coins struck the same day in 1951. One travels through thousands of hands. The other sits sealed in a bankroll for decades. When both appear at auction, the preserved coin becomes a time machine. Buyers are not just purchasing metal, they are purchasing history frozen at the moment of creation. Auction houses have seen intense bidding wars over high-grade wheat pennies because registry collectors chase perfection registry. Sets are competitive collections ranked publicly, and collectors want the finest known example to claim the top spot. This competition pushes prices far beyond basic book values. Emotion, pride, and prestige enter the equation, and suddenly a 1-cent coin becomes a status symbol. Let us talk about eye appeal, the silent multiplier. Two coins with the same grade can sell for very different prices, depending on visual beauty, rich original color, smooth glowing fields, and sharp strike quality create instant attraction. Collectors pay premiums for coins that look alive. Artificial brightness from cleaning is the enemy. Experienced buyers spot it instantly. Unnatural shine, hairline scratches, and washed-out color signal damage and value collapses. Today, we are unlocking one of the biggest hidden secrets in American pocket change. A tiny copper coin that most people ignore every day, but collectors hunt like treasure. The 1953 wheat penny and some rare versions can explode in value, turning 1 cent into a payday that feels unreal. If you love coin stories, mint mistakes, and the thrill of treasure hunting, stay locked in, because this episode might change the way you look at every penny forever. Today, we are diving deep into the 1953 Lincoln wheat penny history, rarity errors, grading secrets, and updated collector values, and by the end, you will know exactly what to search for in your own collection or spare change jar. First, let us travel back to 1953. America was booming. Post-war, industry was growing, families were saving coins in glass jars, and the iconic wheat penny was still a daily part of life. The coin was produced by the United States. Mint in massive numbers, but hidden inside those millions are rare survivors and error coins that collectors fight to own. The 1953 wheat penny features Abraham Lincoln on the front with strong classic portrait details, and on the back the famous wheat ears design that gives the series its nickname. This design ran from 1909 to 1958 and represents one of the most beloved eras in U.S. coin history. Now let us talk mint locations, because this is where value starts to separate. The 1953 penny was struck in Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Philadelphia coins have no mint mark. Denver coins carry a small D. San Francisco coins carry a small S. Each mint produced millions, but condition and errors create the real money. A normal worn 1953 penny is worth a few cents. A bright, uncirculated example can reach several dollars. But high-grade certified coins and rare errors can jump into hundreds or even thousands. Collectors pay huge premiums for coins graded mint state with blazing red color because copper ages quickly and original red surfaces are rare survivors. If you find a 1953 penny that still shines with fresh mint luster, sharp wheat lines, and no wear, you may be holding a premium coin. Now let us step into the world of errors, because this is where excitement explodes. Error coins happen when the minting process goes wrong, and collectors love mistakes. 53. Wheat penny error types to hunt for. Double die effects where letters look thick or doubled. Off-center, strikes where the design is shifted. Clipped planchets where part of the coin is missing. Die cracks that look like lightning lines. Repunched mint marks on D or S coins. A strong double die example can attract serious bidding from specialists. These error coins are rare because most mistakes were caught and destroyed before entering circulation. That is why finding one today feels like winning a metal lottery. Condition is everything in coin collecting. Grading ranges from heavily worn to perfect mint state. Collectors use magnification to inspect. Lincoln, cheek and jaw for wear. Wheat stalk lines for sharpness. Letter, edges for flattening. Color from brown to red, brown to full red. A certified mint, state red. 1953 penny graded at the top levels can reach impressive auction prices, especially from Denver or San Francisco with flawless surfaces. Now imagine a jar of old pennies sitting forgotten in a house for decades. Inside that jar could be a high-grade survivor protected from circulation waiting to be discovered. This is why collectors search estate sales, flea markets, and inherited coin boxes every single day. The thrill is not just value, it is history in your hand. Every 1953 penny traveled through stores, pockets, and generations. Each coin is a silent witness to American life in the early 1950s. When collectors hold these coins, they are holding a preserved moment of time. Let us talk realistic, updated collector values. Circulated 1953 pennies commonly range from a few cents to around $1, depending on condition. Bright, uncirculated coins often trade in the $5 to $20 range. Certified high-grade red examples can move into the hundreds. Major error coins or elite condition rarities can push far beyond that in competitive auctions. The key lesson is this: never judge a coin only by its face value. Condition, rarity, and errors transform ordinary money into collectible treasure. If you want to start hunting 1953 wheat pennies, here is your action plan. Check old piggy banks, search family coin jars, ask relatives about saved change, visit coin shops and coin shows, buy affordable rolls and learn grading. The more coins you study, the sharper your eye becomes. Serious collectors spend years training themselves to spot quality instantly, and that journey is part of the fun. Coin collecting is not just about money, it is about patience, knowledge, and discovery. A single penny can open the door to a lifetime hobby. So next time a wheat penny appears in your hand, do not spend it, inspect it. Study it. Protect it, because hidden inside that small copper disc could be a collector prize waiting for the right eyes. Coins. Collector family. If you love treasure stories like this, keep searching, keep learning, and keep stacking history, one coin at a time. Tell me if you want part 2, where we go deeper into grading secrets, auction stories, and the rarest wheat penny legends. Next up, Thousand World, the channel where pocket change can secretly be life-changing. And today, we are diving into a coin that most people ignore, but elite collectors chase like gold. The legendary 1950 wheat penny, a tiny copper coin that could be hiding in jars, drawers, and old family boxes, and some rare examples have sold for shocking prices that make headlines. We are talking about a coin linked to American history, mystery, and collector obsession, born from the era of the iconic Abraham Lincoln, and struck under the authority of the historic United States Mint and part of the famous Lincoln wheat. Penny series, a design that collectors consider one of the most beautiful coins ever made. Now imagine this: you are at home sorting old pennies, maybe coins passed down from grandparents, and suddenly you spot the year 1950. Your heart starts racing because you remember hearing that certain wheat pennies are worth far more than 1 cent. This is where the hunt begins, and in this video we break down every detail: mint marks, rare errors, condition, grades, auction, secrets, and the real updated market values that serious collectors are paying right now. First, let us travel back to the year 1950. America is entering a new decade. Industry is booming and millions of pennies are being struck for circulation. The 1950 wheat penny was minted in 3 locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Each mint created coins with different rarity levels and collector demand. The Philadelphia issue has no mint mark, and at first glance it seems common because millions were produced, but condition is everything. A heavily worn coin may only be worth a few cents, but a brilliant uncirculated example with blazing red luster can jump dramatically in value. Collectors fight over coins graded mint state 65 and above, because high-grade survivors are far scarcer than the original mintage suggests. Next comes the Denver Mint, marked with a small d, and this version is known for strong strikes and attractive surfaces, top condition. Denver coins with full original color have reached impressive auction numbers, especially when certified by professional grading services. Elite collectors want perfection: sharp wheat lines, clean fields, and glowing copper shine. Then we reach the San Francisco issue, marked with an S, a favorite among specialists because of its lower survival rate in pristine condition, gem quality. 1950 S pennies, graded at the highest levels, can command prices that shock beginners when a coin combines rarity, eye appeal, and top certification. The market reacts aggressively and bidding wars can erupt. But the real excitement comes from error coins and varieties, because mistakes made during production can transform an ordinary penny into a collector superstar. Off-center, strikes doubled, dies clipped, planchets, and dramatic die cracks are all hunted by specialists. A strong doubled feature or major mint error can multiply value many times over, turning a simple cent into a 4-figure or even 5-figure prize, depending on uniqueness and grade. Condition grading is the language of serious coin. Collecting a circulated coin shows wear on Lincoln's cheek and the wheat stalks, while an uncirculated coin preserves every detail as if it just left. The press red copper color is especially prized because pennies naturally darken. Over time, coins labeled red by grading companies are premium pieces and command the strongest prices. Now let us talk updated values in today's collector market. Average circulated 1950 wheat pennies may trade from a few cents up to a few dollars, depending on sharpness, but uncirculated examples jump quickly into the tens and hundreds of dollars. Gem-certified coins can reach several hundred, and exceptional registry quality pieces push even higher. Rare error examples and top population coins have crossed into price levels that casual collectors never expect, proving that knowledge is power in the coin world. Storage also plays a massive role. A coin kept loose in a jar for decades may suffer scratches and oxidation, while a coin preserved in a dry album or protective holder can remain stunning. Proper storage can be the difference between pocket change and a premium collectible. Authentication is critical because the market attracts counterfeits, altered dates, and cleaned coins. Serious collectors rely on professional grading and sealed holders to protect investment value. A certified coin gives buyers confidence and often sells faster and stronger than raw examples. The beauty of the 1950 wheat penny hunt is accessibility. Anyone can search. Rolls, bank boxes, estate collections, or flea markets. The thrill is real because valuable coins still surface. Every year, stories continue to emerge of collectors discovering high-grade wheat pennies in unexpected places, reminding us that history is still circulating. As we continue this deep dive, we will explore famous auction stories, collector strategies, grading secrets, and the psychology behind coin demand, because understanding the market is just as important as finding the coin. Knowledge turns a hobby into an advantage, and patience turns searching into success. So keep your eyes open, check every penny date, and never assume a coin is worthless. The smallest piece of copper can carry history, rarity, and opportunity. And the 1950 wheat penny stands as proof that even Now we move into the world that separates casual coin savers from elite-level collectors. The auction arena. This is where the 1950 wheat penny proves its true power, because public auctions reveal what buyers are actually willing to pay, not just guidebook estimates. When a flawless example appears certified and glowing with original red color, bidders compete emotionally, not logically, and that emotional energy pushes prices higher than expected. Professional auction houses track population, rarity. meaning how many coins exist at each grade level when only a handful of coins sit at the top of the grading scale. Demand explodes, collectors building registry sets. Want the best known example, not just a nice coin, and that competitive mindset creates record sales. Coins graded and encapsulated by companies like Professional Coin Grading Service often dominate these events because certification removes doubt and adds prestige. A label showing an elite grade transforms the coin into a trophy. Imagine the tension inside a live auction room, the auctioneer calling numbers, hands rising instantly, collectors watching screens from around the world, each bidder knowing this coin may not appear again for years. That scarcity fuels urgency, and urgency fuels price. This is how a 1-cent coin escapes its face value forever and becomes a historical artifact traded like fine art. Let us step into grading mastery, because understanding grade is the superpower of profitable collecting. Beginners see pennies as identical experts, see microscopic differences, strike sharpness, surface preservation, luster, intensity, and color quality. Every tiny factor adds or subtracts value. A coin with booming mint luster almost glows under light, rotating like liquid copper. That visual effect signals freshness and commands respect. Serious collectors train their eyes for years, studying reference coins, comparing certified examples, and learning how wear first appears on Lincoln's hair and jawline. The wheat stalks on the reverse act like a grading map. Soft lines mean circulation. Sharp veins mean higher preservation. When you master grading, you stop guessing and start recognizing opportunity instantly. Next, we shine a spotlight on error coin legends, because this is where stories become unforgettable. Production mistakes are accidental art pieces created in the chaos of mass. Minting, a dramatic off-center strike, looks frozen in motion, as if the coin slipped during birth. Collectors love these pieces because each error is unique. No two are exactly alike, making them miniature sculptures of mint history. Next up, we are diving into a tiny coin that could secretly be a giant treasure. The 1958 wheat penny, a coin that millions of people have touched, spent, and forgotten. But a rare version of this humble 1-cent piece has shocked collectors with values that climb into life, changing money. Imagine checking an old jar and finding a coin that collectors fight over at auctions. This is not fantasy, this is the real hidden world of rare wheat pennies, and today we break down the truth myths, values, and secrets behind the legendary 1958 penny. The 1958 wheat penny was struck in the final year of the famous wheat design before the Lincoln Memorial reverse replaced it in 1959, making 1958 a historic closing chapter for wheat cent collectors. These coins were produced by the United States Mint in massive numbers. Yet rarity is not always about mintage numbers. Rarity is about condition, errors, and special varieties, and that is where the story becomes explosive. Most 1958 wheat pennies you see are common, circulated coins worth a few cents to a few dollars, depending on condition. But hidden among them is one of the most famous error coins in American history, the 1958 double-die obverse penny. This coin is the superstar. The legend, the coin that turned pocket change into auction headlines. The doubling on the lettering is bold, dramatic, and impossible to ignore. Collectors describe it as one of the strongest double dies ever produced, and, because only a few examples are confirmed, it sits at the top of wheat penny royalty. When a true 1958 doubled die appears at auction, the price can explode into six-figure territory, and experts believe that if a pristine example surfaced in elite condition, it could push even higher, because collectors are not just buying copper, they are buying history, rarity, and bragging rights. This is why coin hunters search rolls, estate collections, and forgotten piggy banks, hoping lightning strikes. Now let us talk about condition, because condition is king in coin. Collecting a worn 1958 penny that has traveled through decades of commerce tells a story, but a mint state coin that looks freshly struck is a different universe. Coins graded MS65 and above attract serious attention. Red, uncirculated examples with blazing original luster can command strong premiums, especially when certified by top grading services. Collectors want color sharp, detail and surfaces free from marks, and every tiny improvement in grade multiplies value. Another factor that excites collectors is original mint. Red color copper coins naturally darken over time. So, a 1958 wheat penny that still glows with fiery red surfaces is a survivor. These coins were usually pulled early from circulation and preserved carefully, which is why top condition pieces feel like time capsules from the 1950s. Roll searching has become a modern treasure hunt. Hobby people buy bank rolls of pennies and slowly scan every coin under bright light, looking for doubled letters, strange spacing, die cracks, or off-center strikes. While the odds are slim, the thrill keeps the community alive. Every collector believes the next rare discovery is waiting just one coin away, and stories of accidental finds keep that dream burning. The psychology of coin collecting is powerful. A 1-cent coin carries the portrait of Abraham Lincoln, a symbol recognized worldwide. And when rarity mixes with national history, emotional value joins financial value. Collectors are not only investors, they are guardians of miniature artifacts. Each penny is a metal witness to the era. It was minted, the cars, the music, the culture, and the hands that passed it along. Market trends for wheat pennies have shown steady long-term strength, especially for key dates, high-grade survivors, and famous errors as more people enter the hobby through online marketplaces and social media. Awareness increases and demand follows. When demand rises for a coin with limited supply, prices naturally react and elite examples become even harder to obtain. If you think you found a special 1958 penny, never clean it. Cleaning destroys collector value instantly. Even a rare coin can lose most of its worth if surfaces are altered. Experts recommend safe storage in non-PVC holders and professional authentication for any coin that appears unusual, or high-grade. Patience and preservation are the collector's best allies. This tiny copper disc reminds us that value is not always loud. Sometimes it hides quietly in ordinary places, a forgotten drawer, an inherited jar, or a childhood collection sitting in a closet. The 1958 wheat penny teaches a simple lesson: treasures often look small until knowledge reveals their true size. At the heart of the coin is the portrait of Abraham Lincoln, a face that has appeared on the cent since 1909, and for many collectors, that connection to history adds emotional gravity. This is not just currency. This is a moving monument that survived decades of change, wars, economic booms, cultural revolutions, and technological leaps. Yet the coin design stayed steady until the wheat era closed in 1958, making this final year feel like the last page of a beloved book. Auction houses have recorded moments where rare wheat pennies created electric rooms, bidders leaning forward, hearts racing, hands ready, because when a famous era coin appears, everyone understands they may not see another for years. The 1958 double die belongs to that elite circle where advanced collectors compete not casually but strategically. Some prepare for months, studying past sales, arranging finances, and setting strict bidding limits, only to abandon those limits when adrenaline takes over. One famous aspect of coin culture is the storytelling after the hammer falls. Collectors remember where they were when a great coin sold. They remember the final price, the applause, the disbelief, and those stories spread through forums, conventions, and collector clubs, turning single coins into legends that inspire the next generation of hunters. The 1958 wheat penny has earned that legendary status not because of age alone, but because of scarcity, mixed with dramatic visual error. Let us talk about grading in more detail, because grading is the language of value. Professional grading services examine coins under magnification, measuring strike quality, surface preservation, luster, and eye appeal. A difference between MS64 and MS65 may sound tiny to beginners, but in the marketplace, that single-point jump can multiply price dramatically, especially for red copper coins, where original brilliance is rare. Survivors from the 1950s that still shine like fresh fire attract fierce demand. Serious collectors often use high-powered lamps, magnifiers, and digital microscopes at home, building small laboratories dedicated to inspection. They learn how genuine doubling looks versus machine doubling. They memorize die markers, they compare fonts and spacing, and over time their eyes become trained instruments capable of spotting details invisible to casual observers. The 1958 double die is bold enough that once you know what to look for, it feels like seeing a hidden message suddenly revealed. Coins. Collector family. Today we are diving into one of the most searched coins in American history, the legendary 1957 wheat penny, a tiny 1-cent coin that collectors dream about and some people believe could be worth millions. And by the end of this video, you will know the real truth, the hidden errors, the rare varieties, and how to check your pocket change before someone else cashes in. The 1957 wheat penny was produced by the United States Mint during the final golden years of the wheat cent design, a design that had already survived wars, economic crashes, and massive changes in American history. And yet, this simple copper coin still circulates in drawers, jars, and old family collections, waiting to be rediscovered. When you first look at a 1957 wheat penny, you see the familiar portrait of Abraham Lincoln on the front, calm, strong, timeless, and on the back the famous wheat ears framing the words 1 cent and United States of America, a design that collectors call the wheat reverse. And for many people this coin is pure nostalgia, a memory of grandparents' candy stores and a time when a penny still mattered. Now here is the big question. Can a 1957 wheat penny really be worth millions? The honest answer is that most 1957 pennies are common, but certain rare errors and perfect condition. Examples can still sell for serious money, and that is where the hunt becomes exciting. The Philadelphia Mint struck over 1 billion 1957 pennies, and the Denver Mint produced hundreds of millions more, which means survival numbers are high, but condition is everything. A worn brown penny might only be worth a few cents, but a blazing red, uncirculated coin, graded mint state, can jump dramatically in value. Collectors chase color as much as rarity. A fully red copper surface that looks like it was minted yesterday is far more desirable than a dull brown coin. And when grading services certify a 1957 penny at the highest mint state levels, prices can climb into hundreds or even thousands of dollars depending on eye appeal and strike. But the true stars of the 1957 series are error coins, and this is where stories of massive value begin. The most famous variety is the 1957 double die, obverse a coin where the lettering and date show strong visible doubling caused by a misalignment during the minting process. This is not machine doubling. This is a true double die variety, and collectors consider it one of the classic Lincoln cent errors. If you ever see a 1957 penny where the words Liberty and In God We Trust look thick, shadowed or doubled, do not spend it, do not clean it, place it safely in a holder and have it authenticated, because strong doubled die examples have sold for thousands of dollars, and top condition specimens can reach astonishing auction results. Another factor that drives value is strike quality. Some 1957 pennies show sharp wheat lines and crisp Lincoln details, while others appear soft from worn dies. Advanced collectors pay premiums for coins with appear soft from worn dies. Advanced collectors pay premiums for coins with exceptional strike because they represent the best possible example of the year. Let us talk about grading, because grading is the language of value. A circulated coin, graded fine or very fine, carries modest collector value. Extra fine shows more detail and begins to attract attention about uncirculated coins, retain mint luster, and command stronger prices, and mint state coins untouched by circulation are the elite class, especially when certified by professional grading companies. Storage also matters. Coins kept in humid environments develop spots, corrosion, or discoloration, while coins preserved in albums or original rolls often survive in stunning condition. Sometimes entire original bank-wrapped rolls of 1957 pennies appear on the market, and inside those rolls, collectors occasionally discover gem-quality coins that have slept untouched for decades. There is also emotional value. The 1957 wheat penny marks the end-era feeling, because only 2 years later, the wheat reverse would disappear, replaced by the Lincoln Memorial design. So for many collectors, 1957 represents one of the final chapters of a beloved series. Now imagine this scenario. You inherit a jar of old pennies from a relative, you start searching, and suddenly you notice a bright red 1957 coin. With razor-sharp detail, you compare it to worn examples, and the difference is shocking. This is how collecting stories begin, ordinary people turning spare change into treasure simply by learning what to look for. Even though most 1957 pennies are not worth millions, the excitement comes from possibility. Rare error coins, record-breaking grades, and historical connection transform a simple 1-cent piece into a collectible artifact, and that is why millions of collectors around the world still search rolls every day. The key lesson for every viewer is knowledge beats luck. Learn the diagnostic study, real double die, images use magnification, and never clean a coin. Cleaning destroys value faster than damage, because collectors want originality, not shine. If you are serious about hunting, 1957, wheat pennies start with coin rolls from banks' estate sales, flea markets, and old collections. Search slowly under good lighting, rotate the coin, look for doubling, unusual color, or pristine surfaces, and when you find something promising, protect it immediately. Remember, the coin market rewards patience. Some collectors search for years before finding a major variety, but when discovery happens, the thrill is unforgettable, and that thrill is why coin collecting continues to grow generation after generation. The 1957 wheat penny is more than copper. It is history in your hand, a reminder that even the smallest denomination can carry stories of industry art and human error, turning everyday money into collectible legend. Take your coin and imagine you are a scientist examining a rare specimen. Every letter, every curve, every line has meaning. The first checkpoint is the date. Look closely at the numbers 5, 7. If you ever see separation, shadows, or thick, rounded edges that look like a ghost image beside the main number, your heart should start beating faster, because that is how doubled dies reveal themselves. Next, move to the word Liberty. On the left side of Lincoln, the letters should appear clean and sharp on a normal coin, but on a double die example you may see extra thickness or a stair-step effect as if the letters were stamped twice. This is not damage, this is not wear, this is a birthmark from the moment the coin was created. Collectors use magnification, but you do not need expensive equipment. A simple loupe or phone macro lens can reveal details invisible to the naked eye, and once your eyes train themselves, you will start seeing patterns. Instantly, this is the moment a casual viewer becomes a real hunter. Now let us talk about grading services, because authentication changes everything. A rare coin in raw form is exciting, but a certified coin is trusted worldwide. When a 1957 wheat penny receives a top grade from Professional Coin Grading Service or another respected authority, the market instantly recognizes it as elite, and elite coins compete fiercely at auction.